their batting looks like from what I can tell.
Yeah, absolutely. This is I mean, you've been covering these guys all year. This is a dangerous lineup, 1 through 9. Starting with, Harper Davenport. He's been a great leadoff hitter. You'll get to see him in the leadoff spot today. And then you got power all the way down through 9 with Tyler Boggs. I mean, there's not really any holes in this lineup or free outs, you could say. So Pickens is going to have to earn it to get these Lumpkin hot bats out.
Well, I noticed we'll come back and we can talk about some of these individual players, but some heavy hitters that are Connor Schaus, who's going to Georgia Tech. He's throwing it out there, from what I understand, in the mid-90s, and for high school, that's tough to hit.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. They're major leaguers still trying to get to mid-90s, so that's pretty impressive.
John Parker Nunn going to Jacksonville State, relief pitcher. He's not too shabby on the mound either. Let's look at also Evan Giddens and Harlan Will. These guys are going to get a college ride to Young Harris and to Burden Parker College. Any knowledge about these guys and how they're playing?
No, I haven't followed these guys too well, but I'm excited to see what this is all about. I've heard nothing but good things about this Pickens team. I'm excited to see what they bring to the ball field.
On the other side, Alejandro, that's all I'm hearing from Lumpkin. Tell me about him.
Alejandro Narvaez, man, this guy is something else. He is great on the mound. He can also play a solid shortstop, solid second base. He can really command the infield. And a great number 2 hitter. You'll see him in that spot a lot, see him move runners up. Great all-around player.
Now, the way I'm looking at this, Noah, is that Pickens, they're going to jump out on you right on top. They've got the power, it looks like, from the average. I'm a stat man. If you kind of distribute the numbers out, these guys can come out and jump out right on top of you with a scoring. Probably more so in the 3rd and probably the 5th and the 4th inning, middle of the way, but they heat up real quickly. So coming up, you're going to have to play some good defense if you're Lumpkin.
Oh, absolutely. Lumpkin's going to have to be on it from the get-go. You know what they say, score early and score often. That's what Pickens is going to try and do in this game.
In the last few games, though, the trends look like 3rd and 6th inning. That's where Lumpkin gets its power. Looks like we're going to have a moment to do the national anthem.
And now, Indian Nation, rise up on your feet, and let's make some noise for your Lumpkin County Indians starting lineup.
Where's this lineup?
Lineup.
The way that they were coming out, I was waiting for them to do the national anthem, but should we take a break here, and we'll come back and we'll get starting lineups on both sides and bring those up to you. Again today, it's the Lumpkin County Indians taking on Pickens County's Dragons here on Team FYN Sports. Team FYN Sports on the road to Dahlonega, Georgia. It's the home of the Indians from Lumpkin County. Pickens County coming over, the Dragons visiting team. Let's take a look, Noah, Brandon Stevens and Noah Johnson here for Team FYN Sports bringing you today's broadcast. We're going to start out. Let's take a look at the starters in the lineup for Pickens County's Dragons. Again, they come in to this matchup with a record standing at 22-3 and 14-1 in the region. Starting out will be number 8 pitcher Connor Strauss. Number 15 Trace Ledbetter goes to first base. Right field, the first 3 batters, that's going to be Trey Payne, number 17. Playing at designated hitter, Harlan will be at the plate, but playing at second base, number 16 James Tilley. Playing in left field, number 6, Dawson Holland. Behind the plate at catcher, Cam Jenkins, number 13. Number 9, A.J. Rice is going to be at shortstop. Rounding out over to third in the infield, number 4, Evan Giddens. And Colby Brooks is going to be out in center field. He's number 1. All right, let's switch over to the Lumpkin County Indians. And taking a look at them, starting out for them will be number 7 pitcher Harper Davenport. He's out on the mound. You can see him straight away doing the warm-ups. Number 6 shortstop Alejandro Narvaez. Number 8 center fielder Cooper Scott. 11 left fielder Peyton Wood. 5 second base Aiden Rogers. Number 10 third baseman Hayden Gilbert. 16 first baseman Dakota Bennett. And playing at designated hitter Mason Hester. Number 4 right fielder Dolan Harder. And the catcher's number 17 Tyler Boggs. Pickens County is already at the plate. First one comes in just a bit low and looks like ball 1. This is, by the way, Connor Strauss, pitcher. For him, Noah, notes tell us some pretty good things. He's leading the way this season in home runs and RBIs. This one going to be pop fly into the shortstop. So right away, Strauss is put out, the first one out.
Yeah, it's a good way to start for Lumpkin. Get that first out. Nice soft contact. Davenport will take that. Excited to see him on the mound. Typically he's in center field, but on the mound tonight.
First delivery in from Davenport hits the plate for Ledbetter. First baseman, number 15, Trace Ledbetter.
I was watching Ledbetter in the warm-ups, and he's got quite a first baseman's glove. He can pick it, he can snag it. We'll see how he can hit
Doesn't he? I mean, he's an impressive player. A little low this one. Davenport trying to find his space to get this one delivered across. Last couple of pitches have been a little bit low, and at least low and away.
Yeah, that could be what we call the yips.
This one, worm burning, gets right down in the gap, threads the needle between the second baseman and the shortstop. So our first hit of the day, Trace Ledbetter gets on to first. Number 17, right fielder Trey Payne for the Dragons.
Yeah, I think Davenport's just getting settled in here, trying to find his spot. You're playing a really, really good Pickens team. Imagine be a little bit nervous when you first get out there, but this kid's a great ball player. He'll settle in.
Ledbetter has a little bit of a lead. Going to try to come back and tag up. That went in the dirt again. Davenport, again, delivering them downstairs.
Yeah, he's going to have to work on that. You want to get in the strike zone, belt high.
This one, tip foul back. But I can tell there's nervous energy in this game because this one's a big game and people trying to settle a bit, but it almost feels like he's forcing the pitch a little bit.
Yeah, he's just trying to do a little bit too much.
Throw back over to first and going to secure Trace Ledbetter. Again, beautiful day. Davenport staring into the sun to deliver this one. Cross and crack back down to the shortstop. Delivery up to second. Will they turn it? Yes. Double play turns.
Wow.
As they get a 6-4 put out and then a 4-3 put out. So 1, 2, 3 go the Dragons. And so with that, one hit, no runs, no Indian errors, and no one left on base. We'll go to the bottom half of the first inning of play. Harper Davenport, the pitcher for the Indians, will come up. Alejandro Narvaez will come up, and also Cooper Scott. So we'll see him. Those are the three players for the Indians. When we come back for the bottom half of the first inning of play, where it's Dragon 0, Indian 0 on Team FYN Sports. Team FYN Sports here in Dahlonega, Georgia, home of the Lumpkin County Indians. Lumpkin County will come up 18-5 on the season, 9-3 in the region. They're number 3 in Area 7 of AAA ball, and actually ranking number 10 in AAA. Up first is pitcher Harper Davenport. Alejandro Narvaez and Cooper Scott are the three batters that we're guaranteed to see. The first delivery coming in from Schaus for the Pickens County Dragons. It looks like it lays right across the plate and in a good strike zone. So the first delivery, Noah, not too bad from Schaus.
Yeah, not at all. Almost took the catcher's glove with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Davenport up. He's a great leadoff hitter. See if he can get it going against Schaus. He's great at drawing walks and single into center. Well, when Narvaez up.
When you say that the about took the catcher's mitt off, I mean 95 miles an hour, and it looks like he's throwing some heat because there's like a little flame, there's a little blue flame that comes right behind the ball right now, as you can see. But now it's that stands to reason he might take the mitt off.
Yeah, you can see he's got a glove under his glove. That's how you know your pitcher throws hard.
0-2 delivery waiting for Schaus. He's on the mound, and the other pitcher Harper Davenport. 0-2 comes up, cranked out into the outfield. It's going to make center fielder run for it, and right back to the warning track. Davenport gets a hold of that one. Is going to go with a stand-up double. Wow, man, that's textbook way to start out your inning of baseball.
Yeah, and Davenport's pumped up, looking over at his bench. That's what you want. Just line the ball over the center field's head.
Made Colby Brooks run for that one. Schaus, though, I have to say that was just a straight-on fastball that came down, and nice connection.
Be interesting to see what Narvaez does here. He's a good bunter.
Tall fella, so this gives you a wide-open strike zone. Schaus delivers, going to try bunt, and they were charging it, and he was serious about it.
Yeah, he's been great at doing this all year. Davenport and Narvaez are a great 1-2 tandem. Davenport seems like he gets on base every time he's at the plate, and Narvaez is just good at putting the ball in play and moving him up for that heart of the order to bring him in.
The first one was a strike, as is a tip foul when he laid out to bunt. 0-1, he's going to try to bunt it again. It fouled off, so that's going to take it to 0-2.
Yeah, I think you forget about the bunt here. You tried it twice. You don't want to strike out here.
And he's delivering good balls here too, so it's good pitches. So it's take this one into the outfield.
Yeah, bunting may look easy, but it is not.
Especially a good team like this. Here's the 0-2. It's going to crank foul, so it'll remain 0-2 on the count. Again, it's Harper Davenport out at second base.
He's got some good speed out there, so if Narvaez gets a base hit, you'll see him come home.
Bottom half of the first inning of play, there's no score. Went 1-2-3 with Pickens County on their end of the first. Coming back, Schaus is going to hold off and try to secure Davenport at first. He's got to lead off a little bit off the second base. Now back to Alejandro at the plate. Schaus delivers the 0-2. This one going to go in the dirt, and we'll see a stolen base from Harper Davenport.
Yeah, it looks like that one just fell a little bit short of the plate, and catcher couldn't corral it.
And that's actually probably, I'm not trying to be critical, but it's just that was probably not the best pitch that we've seen, the first bad pitch, but otherwise it's just been good, strong heat coming from Schaus. Crank this one into right down the baseline into the outfield, and looks like the first run will score, and an RBI for Alejandro Narvaez to get to slide into third.
See the Lumpkin celebrating over there. How about a nice little triple for Narvaez?
And an RBI. Cooper Scott, center fielder, wearing number 8. And Noah, you got to see this guy not in baseball this year, but in a football uniform.
Yes, he's
throwing passes.
He's a senior. He was a quarterback. Had a great year under first-year head coach Heath Webb in the football program. He's got some pop.
He cranks this one. Going to get down. Nice little Texas leaguer that goes out. This will score the second run, and Cooper Scott with an RBI and a first base hit. Bring up left fielder Peyton Wood to the plate, wearing number 11. But right away, some really good offense that settles in here first. This is what you want to see, especially against a team like Pickens.
Oh, absolutely. This, Davenport can just go out there and relax on the mound knowing he's already got a lead. 2-0 already.
Harper Davenport and Alejandro Narvaez have scored, and Cooper Scott is on first. Peyton Wood gets the delivery, cranked it back. There are no outs in this game. Pitch down over to first, and that'll be the first. Scoring at home, that'll be 6-3 on the putout.
I think that was a good move by the shortstop, going with a long throw over the short throw. Not sure that second baseman could have gotten there in time to get Scott out.
Aiden Rogers, second baseman, wearing number 5 for the Lumpkin Indians. Little lead off over at second from Cooper Scott. Little low and in the dirt.
Haven't seen that much from Schaus yet. He's been throwing strikes. Haven't seen a lot of balls.
Now, like I mentioned a moment ago, the other one that kind of went into the dirt, and that allowed Harper Davenport to steal a base. That was the first not so good pitch. But otherwise, been clean, fast, and in control. Now, the cool thing, Noah, is that if you're Schaus and you can deliver 92, 95, 97 mile an hour pitches, that's great, but control and then making sure that your catcher can get the control on the ball as well.
Absolutely. And I love what Rogers just did there. He put out the bat like he was going to bunt, but he wasn't going to. And I think that kind of got in the catcher's view. And
swing and a miss makes it 1-2 on the count. 1 out for Lumpkin County's Indians. Man on third is Cooper Scott. He's got a stolen base.
See infield in here. They don't want to give up the run.
Delivery low and in the dirt, and looks like Cooper Scott is going to steal home. And he
Ate some
does.
dirt on the way, but he got the run.
All you could see from him was just number 8 in the ponytail. But it's good for the third run. Hayden Rogers standing in with an even count. Now that clears the bases, Noah. 1 out, but still not a bad place to be. 3-0 in this 3 runs to nothing. Indians leading the Dragons.
Yeah, certainly a great start.
Crank this one foul tip back. And so it remains 2-2.
Rogers is putting up a quality at bat, battling. This is a Lumpkin County team that doesn't strike out a lot. You see them make contact.
That one just a nice fastball right across the plate, and he got contact on it, but it's just foul tip. Remain 2-2.
Yeah, that heater is going to be a little hard to catch up to. You got to swing a lot earlier than you think you need to.
That's about the 6th or 7th pitch that we've seen from Schaus going down to Hayden Rogers. We'll see Hayden Gilbert, third baseman, number 10. He's on deck. He'll be the next at bat. Repeating the 2-2, coming in and tip back. That's definitely 7 or 8 pitches thrown out from Schaus.
Another foul.
Again, you know, just right across the plate, nice contact, but keep foul tipping back. What is that, about 9 pitches we've seen? 8, 9?
8 or 9. Blue's going to need some more baseball soon.
Right.
I really like Rogers' approach right now. He just looks very calm. 2-strike approach, protecting the plate.
Down in the dirt, this makes it finally a full count. But one thing here, Noah, is that we've seen the energy kind of settle. You know, at the beginning, top of the first, everybody's like on edge. This particular system right here that with Aiden at the plate, it's kind of cooled the energy down a little bit.
Oh yeah, we saw Rogers looking, strikeout looking right there. Looks like he didn't think it was a strike, but nonetheless 2 out.
Now, batting for the Indians, third baseman.
And you know what you did there? You were talking about them not striking out,
Yeah,
and that was the jinx that you put on them.
that's right.
Number 10, Hayden Gilbert, who plays third base for Lumpkin County's Indians, is standing at the plate. 2 outs, 3-0. The Indians leading the Dragons here in the bottom half of the first inning of play. Brandon Stevens, along with Noah Johnson, on Team FYN Sports, on FYN TV. Glad to have TV.com. Glad to have you watching today. Big matchup in AAA ball, Region 7. This one cranks.
Left side foul, yeah.
I was waiting for it to come back down on our head. I kind of lost it.
I think that was a big strikeout for Schaus. He can settle in. He's got no men on base. Just focus on this batter.
A lot of work, though, in that last at bat. You know, 9 or 10 pitches that came down to it. 0-2 delivery, a little bit low. Makes it 1-2. Not a bad inning of baseball, though. 1, 2, 3. 3 hits, 3 runs. And you've got a third base hit and a second base hit, Narvaez and Davenport. I went across the plate, but was it just a bit outside?
It looked a bit outside. It was a very good pitch, though.
Mm-hmm.
I think that could have gone either way. It might have been right on the border.
2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 3-0 Indians leading the Dragons. Again, Hayden Gilbert at the plate. Schaus with a 2-2. This one tip foul back and remains 2-2. Swing and a miss. And that'll do it. Final, it's 2 strikeouts. And so after this, after 1 complete inning of play, we had 3 hits, 3 runs, no Lumpkin or Pickens County Dragon errors, and no one left on base. When we come back, we'll go to Pickens County. It'll be a designated hitter Harlan Will, Dawson Holland, and Cam Jenkins coming to the plate for the Dragons. After 1 inning complete, it's 3-0 Indians over the Dragons here on Team FYN Sports.
At Circuit World, we offer a wide selection of major appliances, name brands like Whirlpool, LG, Frigidaire, and more. Looking for furniture? Come by and browse our showroom or check out the endless aisle, a touchscreen kiosk with thousands of options. Need electronics, gaming computers, laptops, desktops, tablets? We have it all. OLED or QLED, 4K or high def. We have the selection to get you the TV of your dreams. And don't forget, at Circuit World, your credit is always good. So ask about our convenient payment options and 120 days, same as cash. Come see us today at one of our 5 area locations.
Steve Ferenzi here at Schottenkirk Ford. We're loaded with new Broncos. We have the largest inventory, best selection of models, and the best financing. Just take that short drive up 575 to the Jasper Truck and Bronco Supercenter. Schottenkirk Ford.
The only thing bigger than our Silverado inventory is the discount of up to $5,000 off brand new 2023s at Days Chevrolet Jasper. Up to $5,000 off on Silverado 1500.
Harlan will lead things off. He's the designated hitter for Pickens County's Dragons. We'll also see on deck Dawson Holland, and the catcher Cam Jenkins will be in the hole. First delivery from Davenport is going to be ball 1.
Yeah, another low pitch from Davenport. Finds the strike zone there, though.
Yeah, he had the nervous energy. He was trying to find that point somewhere in the beginning, but looks a lot more calm, cool, and collected. This one tip fouls back over the press box.
And now you got a 3-run lead. Your offense is feeling it. Just go out there and pitch. You don't have to worry too much. You got a solid lead.
Getting connection on the bat. I like that. Harlan will. His counterpart is second baseman James Tilley, number 16, so he's out in the field. Harlan Will is at the plate. Delivery from Davenport on the 1-2. Cranks it back down to the shortstop. Slips and across the plate. Count that an error.
Yeah, he just tripped up there. I think he would have definitely had the runner by a mile.
So I don't know if they count that. They will count that as an error.
Now batting for the Dragons, number 6, Dawson Holland.
Dawson Holland, the left fielder. Number 6. By the way, just reminding you, Pickens County in their top half of the first inning of play went 1-2-3, a fly out from Connor Schaus to shortstop. Then a throw down to second on Trace Ledbetter, and Trey Payne thrown out at first. So really this is only the second man on base for the Dragons in this ball game. Harlan Will, who's on by an error, but probably would have been thrown out if our shortstop from Lumpkin County, Alejandro Narvaez, wouldn't have tripped up. Strike 1 here from Davenport. He's finding his spot, Noah.
He is. He's settled in now. I think he's got it working. We just, if I was him, I wouldn't worry too much about that runner on base. Just focus on your man here.
Davenport with the 0-1, swing and a miss. Counted 0-2.
And it looks like we got a pinch runner on first.
Oh, yeah?
For designated hitter, that is number 7.
You've got the sub lineup, so tell us who that is.
That is number 7, Sam Dart.
The 0-2 just a little bit outside, so 1-2 the count. Dawson Holland is our man at the plate for the Pickens County Dragons. Cam Jenkins standing on deck. 2-2 the count.
See if Davenport can find the zone again here.
2-2 delivery, swing and a miss, and first strikeout for Davenport. Yeah, and you talking about no strikeouts. The last 2 batters for Lumpkin was strikeouts.
I know.
So, I guess it's like talking about no-hitters. You can jinx them both ways.
Yes, that's right.
All right, Cam Jenkins, the catcher. 1 runner on, Sam Dart, as you mentioned. He's the pinch runner. This one goes right down to Alejandro, and force plays all the way around. As they turn 2, they get Dawson, or rather Dart down at second. 6-4 the put out there. 4-3 the put out on Cam Jenkins. So the Dragons go 1-2-3 again. And with that, we had no hits, no runs, 1 error for Lumpkin County, and no men left on base. When we come back in just a few moments, Dakota Bennett, also Mason Hester, and Tyler Boggs for the Lumpkin County Indians will come to the plate. After an inning and a half of play complete, the Indians leading the Dragons 3-0 here in Dahlonega, Georgia on Team FYN Sports. Indians coming up to plate, and it's going to be Dakota Bennett, the first baseman, wearing 16. As we mentioned, designated hitter Mason Hester, number 4, will be on deck. In the hole is catcher Tyler Boggs, number 17. Back to Connor Schaus, who's been on the plate. And Noah, he shed off probably a good 2 or 3 dozen pitches to get through the 6 batters of Lumpkin in the last half of the inning for the Indians.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's, as we see another strike right there, I'm sure he's a little more settled in. See, he's got a smile on his face. He's relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
Think he, got over that first inning. He's just going to go back out there and do his thing. As far as the offense for Pickens go, 2 ending double plays.
Strikeout here on Dakota Bennett. Go ahead.
I was just saying that's a pitcher's best friend. Davenport will take that all day.
So, the 3rd strikeout for Schaus, and if you kind of date that back to the last half of inning when he was on the mound, that's 3 strikeouts in a row. So now, Mason Hester, the designated hitter, number 4 for the Indians, standing in, swing and a miss.
And you can see the Lumpkin County hitters are having a hard time catching up.
Righty to a lefty.
You see Hester's way in the back of the box, giving himself plenty of time to see that pitch.
This one cranked into the outfield over the second baseman. Has nice landing. That one came in, placed it really well, and a first base hit for Mason Hester. That's why he's designated hitter. Had good control on that one.
Yeah, that was a perfect play single. Beautiful hit.
17, Tyler Boggs, the catcher. We're to the bottom of the batting order. We've cycled all the way through.
And Boggs, you know, he might be the number 9 hitter, but he's got some pop. I've had the pleasure to see him hit a home run, and it's he can really crank it if he gets a hold of one.
Not a bad way, though, to start off this ball game, though. Remember, in their half of the inning, the bottom half of the first, 3 hits, 3 runs, no one left on base for Lumpkin County. 1 runner on, that's Mason Hester. He's at first. Boggs with a 1-0 delivery, swing and a miss.
And I think for the, you know, you said we've seen 3 strikeouts. I think we'll see less of that as these hitters get to see him a little bit more. You see that even during the at-bats, they're behind on the pitch, but then they catch up on the second or third one. Took a little something off there.
1-2 the count. Hester stays right on the bag. Josh with his golden heels, ready to deliver and run down to second. Hester will go out and steal second base. He's there safe.
Yeah, Hester got a great jump, and he's quick too. Catcher had no chance.
Yeah, tell you the truth, if he wasn't playing baseball, I'd have him signed up running the hurdles or something in track.
Definitely.
He's got some speed. All right, back to Tyler Boggs, who's at the plate. Man on second is Mason Hester, the designated hitter. The 2-2 delivery into the dirt makes it full count. And we haven't seen this often, full count. Schaus has been getting it 2-2 and tip foul, tip foul, tip foul, and then eventually a strikeout. Now this one tip foul back.
Another good battle here like we saw with Rogers in the previous inning. I think this will be the 6th pitch we'll see.
The full count delivery high, and it's going to be a walk. And this is the first walk of the day for Schaus. Tyler Boggs will go down to first. So we've got Boggs on first, Hester on second. Back to the top of the order, Noah, with Harper Davenport. Remember, he had that second base hit, and then he stole third. And we'll get a pinch runner coming on. I don't have.
Does number 3, Landon Marlowe, excuse me.
He a senior? Didn't I see his picture coming into the to the stadium?
He is a junior.
Okay.
Landon Green, another Landon, is a senior.
Okay, that's who it is. All right. 1 out. It's 3-0. Lumpkin County Indians leading the Pickens County Dragons. We're in the bottom of the second inning of play. Connor Schaus, the Dragon pitcher, and Harper Davenport, who is the pitcher for Lumpkin County, but at the plate now. Again, only 1 out, and this one into the dirt.
Yeah, he tried to hold up there, but couldn't check his swing.
A little outside. So is that right now? It's 1-1, the count. Okay.
Good snag by the man behind the plate.
So that last pitch was a strike. That's right. Got caught looking. Castle gazing. Again, Hester's out at second. Tyler Boggs at first. Both take a little bit of a lead off. Man on plate. Harper Davenport. Connor Schaus, the Pickens County Dragon pitcher.
See if Davenport can help his cause here.
He'll hold up and get everybody to get right with the house. And here's the 1-1. A little low and outside.
And Davenport's first at bat, we saw him hit that double over the center fielder's head. And you can see now the center fielder is a lot deeper, playing a lot deeper. Not going to let that happen again.
Joust checks the bases, and 2-1 delivery, trying to bunt. This one's going to tip foul back. Brings the count even, 2-2. Again, our courtesy runner actually on first is Landon Marlowe, number 3. Instead of Tyler Boggs, the catcher. Now the 2-2 delivery, just going to pop off the glove, and the runners will advance. So this one's going to be down, and throw down to, it'll be a 2-5 put out on Mason Hester. That'll be the second out, but we will advance Landon Marlowe from first to second. And now 2 out.
Yeah, it looked like Hester wasn't sure if he was going to go kind of in that in-between, and then he went. And by the time he got there, the ball was already there.
No, he has the speed. He just hesitated.
Exactly.
Yeah. This one tip foul back, about taking Cole West out. Our cameraman. By the way, behind the scenes here, Cole West running the camera, our executive producer, Jake West, making us all look pretty, running the commercials. But nice to be here. Team FYN Sports production on FYNTV.com. It's the Pickens County Dragons and the Lumpkin County Indians. Throw back to second is going to be safe with Landon Marlowe, who is trying to get a little bit of a lead off.
Yeah, that was very close. And 2 outs, 3-2 count. You know he's gonna be going on anything that's hit.
Now 3-2 delivery. It's going to be a strikeout, and that will be out number 3, and that will end this half of the inning. And matter of fact, it'll close out the second inning, as Lumpkin County has 1 hit. There were no runs, no Pickens County errors, and there was 1 man left on base. When we come back in just a few moments, it'll be to the top of the 3rd inning of play, where we'll see A.J. Rice, Evan Giddens, and we'll see Colby Brooks for the Pickens County Dragons. At the end of 2 complete innings, it's Lumpkin County 3, Pickens County 0, here on Team FYN Sports.
The only thing bigger than our Silverado inventory is the discount of up to $5,000 off brand new 2023s at Days Chevrolet Jasper. Up to $5,000 off on Silverado 1500s, the Chevy truck you want, the savings you can't resist. Up to $5,000 off Silverado 1500s at Days Chevrolet Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Find new roads.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
Steve Ferenzi here at Kirk Ford, and we're loaded with new trucks. We have the largest inventory, best selection of models, and the best financing. Take that short drive up 575 to the Jasper Truck and Bronco Super Center. Kirk Ford.
Team FYN Sports really proud to be out here on this beautiful sunny day in Dahlonega, Georgia. At the end of 2 complete innings, it's Lumpkin County's Indians 3 and the Pickens County Dragons nothing at this point. Pickens County back to the plate, and A.J. Rice, the shortstop. Third baseman Evan Giddens and center fielder Colby Brooks will be the first at bats for the Dragons. A.J. Rice getting that first delivery from Davenport, a little bit outside, and so that one's 1-0. The 1-0 delivery, across the plate, that's heat, Noah.
Yeah, Davenport's he's also working quick right now. I don't think he would have any problem with the pitch clock.
Crank back down the third base line. You know, the one thing I was thinking about, 2 of these pitchers, Schaus and Davenport, sun's still a factor. You can see them, they've got their bills and the brims of their hat peeked over their eyes, but I think every once in a while a couple rays of sunshine get in their eyes. But that'll be going down in just a little while. The 2-2 delivery in the dirt, hits in front of the plate.
Yeah, it was a good check swing there. Another 3-2 count in this game.
Rice at the plate. Giddens on deck and Brooks in the hole. These first 2 innings of play for the Dragons, only 1 hit, no runs. Cranked back down between third and second. This one's going to get a first base hit for A.J. Rice.
Good way to start for Pickens. And if you're Lumpkin and you're Davenport, you're thinking, let me just get another ball on the ground. Let me get another double play.
Lumpkin's had the luxury of rolling through the batting order. We're only to the bottom third of the batting order for Pickens County, which to me has been a good sign of, one, good defense, but also you've had a strikeout in this play, but really good defense for Lumpkin County. And Lumpkin County in this game have brought the sticks, Noah.
They have. They've got it all working right now. They need to go back in the next top half inning and get those bats going again, but also, you know, really great defense from that middle of the infield with Narvaez at short and Rogers at second.
1-0 delivery, little check swing, but that one's going to be across the plate. Good for a strike. A.J. Rice leads off from first. Davenport checking in with his catcher. Throw back over to first. Catcher is Tyler Boggs, by the way. I don't think sometimes we give as much credit to catchers because they're the true coaches on the field. They see the whole field. They're calling the pitches. They know where to call and give direction for people to make the plays.
Yeah, they're the workhorse. You know, they're also wearing all that heavy equipment on their knees. It's a tough job. And the average that a catcher squats in a game is about 300 times. Pitch is down and out. Yeah, that was good contact. Just Scott ran it down. First out, F8 if you're scoring along at home, but
Now betting for the Dragons, number 1.
still keeping A.J. Rice out at first base. Colby Brooks, the center fielder for Pickens County Dragons. Oh, across the plate, Davenport. That's a nice pitch. And pulling Colby Brooks across the plate.
Be interesting to see if Rice on first is in movement here.
0-1 bunt. This is the first time we've seen the bunt work, and little toss from third baseman out over at, so it's in 5-3, and do we get that one turned back?
Another inning-ending double play. Not the same as the last two, but another one.
So with that one, 1-2-3 for the Pickens County Dragons. There was 1 hit, no runs. There were no Lumpkin County errors, no one left on base. So we're through 2.5 complete innings of play. When we come back, Lumpkin County Indians will take the plate with Alejandro Narvaez, also Cooper Scott and Peyton Woods will be the three batters for the Indians when we come back in a moment. After 2.5 complete, it's still Lumpkin County Indians 3, Pickens County Dragons 0 here on Team FYN Sports. Alejandro Narvaez will come to the plate and will lead off. Cooper Scott will be on the deck, and Peyton Wood is in the hole for Lumpkin County Indians. That first one's heat from Schaus across the plate. Noah, what's happening?
Well, I just wanted to give a shout-out here to the Lumpkin County Indians. Last week they were in Florida doing some out-of-state play as Narvaez checks the swing and catches a piece. And this is a post from a lady who interacted with the team while they were at a local Wendy's and posted it to Facebook, so I thought I would share that after this next pitch.
Go ahead. 0-2. Oh, little check swing. He's out and going to try to run down, so all right.
But this was posted to the Lumpkin County High School baseball page, which is ran by assistant coach here, Cody Waters, does a great job. But this lady said, I just wanted to commend the whole team and say thank you. I was at Wendy's in Donaldson, Florida today, and the team had just arrived, and we were coming in groups. I was standing behind 7 or 8 of the baseball players in line, and one of the players from behind said, hey, you guys let this lady go ahead. And without hesitation, they all let me go ahead. I just want to commend you all on raising and teaching young men to be gentlemen. God bless you all. So shout out to Lumpkin there.
Yeah, very much so. And, that's cool because I've been in some restaurants before, and teams come in, and college teams get right in front of you, and they've, they're ready to go eat, but that's cool.
Yeah, they say in football, defense travels well. Southern hospitality travels as well.
Right. 1-1 the count. Chow says here on the plate is Cooper Scott, and so that one will be not in the strike zone. 2-1 the count. One away on a strikeout with Alejandro Narvaez. The 2-1. This one cranked up into foul ball territory, and we'll bring Cooper Scott back to the plate. Now, Cooper Scott last time at bat, Noah had a first base hit and stolen base and scored. He was the third guy to score to make out the 3 runs that the Indians have so far. So he's carrying 1-0 at the plate, or at bat. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, you can see he wasn't really sure about that pitch. He just kind of threw the bat out there and hoped something happened. Great pitch by Schaus.
6th strikeout of the day for Schaus.
And like I said earlier in the contest, this is not a Lumpkin County team that strikes out a lot. But like you said, because I said that.
You put the hex on it. You put the juju on them. You just remember that. You got to live with that tonight. So Peyton Wood, left fielder. He got a piece of the ball last time, except he was thrown out by the shortstop at first. Because if you remember, that one was kind of like a little line drive that eventually volleyed out over to the shortstop. Swing and a miss here makes it strike 2.
Schaus is really impressive in this inning. After that bottom first, when he gave up the 3 runs and the 3 hits, he's really settled in.
Yeah, you can, the number one, the defense doing not too bad here, but cranked shallow to the infield, and Peyton Wood's going to be on, but I believe this will be credited an error. Yeah.
And it is, but give credit to number 16 there, James Tilley. That was a tough play.
2 away for the Lumpkin County Indians. Aiden Rogers, the second baseman, wearing number 5, is at the plate. His first at bat. That started out the strikeout era for Schaus. And since that time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Of 9 batters, Noah, Schaus has struck out 6.
That's pretty impressive.
Not too bad. Well, he finally found his pitch. Because if you look at the beginning, he was just throwing heat, and actually it was kind of controlled, but there were also a couple points where he was throwing a bit of heat, and that allowed some runners to move because he threw some balls that were outside that allowed some stolen bases, and that advanced some runners.
See Rogers up at the plate here. In that last at bat, he saw maybe 10 pitches.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen everything now. Let's see if he can make some contact.
2 away, 1 on, and taking the lead off. This one's cranked back down between second and third, and is going to now advance Peyton Wood on in to cross home plate, and it'll be enough for Aiden Rogers to get a first base hit, and the score goes 4 to nothing, with the Indians leading the Dragons.
Yeah, it was a great hit and run there.
Well, number one, what made that really work well, Peyton Wood was at second, and he was in mind to steal third, but that little tap on out through there, and also the defensive players were out of position, so that pushed the run on in. Now number 10, third baseman Hayden Gilbert. His last at bat was a strikeout and run down to second.
Yeah, Rogers got a late jump, but there's no one coming in the bag, so.
Again, the infield defenders have been just a little out of step or out of place here in the last couple of plays. Hayden Gilbert at the plate. Schaus with the 0-1 delivery. Cross down to third.
Threw a bullet.
And a 2-3, or rather a 2-5 put out. That's going to be the third. We'll leave Hayden Gilbert at the plate. So we have 1 hit, 1 run. There was 1 Pickens County error, and, well, no one left on base except for at the plate. After 3 complete innings of play, we see it now, the Lumpkin County Indians 4, Pickens County Dragons 0, as we go to the top half of the 4th inning of play here on Team FYN Sports.
At Circuit World, we offer a wide selection of major appliances, name brands like Whirlpool, LG, Frigidaire, and more. Looking for furniture? Come by and browse our showroom or check out the Endless Aisle, a touchscreen kiosk with thousands of options. Need electronics, gaming computers, laptops, desktops, tablets? We have it all. OLED or QLED, 4K or high def. We have the selection to get you the TV of your dreams. And don't forget, at Circuit World, your credit is always good. So ask about our convenient payment options and 120 days, same as cash. Come see us today at one of our 5 area locations.
Steve Ferenzi here at Schottenkirk Ford. We're loaded with new Broncos. We have the largest inventory, best selection of models, and the best financing. Just take that short drive up 575 to the Jasper Truck and Bronco Supercenter. Schottenkirk Ford.
Harper Davenport has been doing pretty good today. We see him pitching against the Pickens County Dragons. Well, the Dragons have finally made it through their entire batting order. We're back to the top with Connor Schaus, Trace Ledbetter, and Trey Payne leading off for the Pickens County Dragons here in the top of the fourth. It's 4-0. The Indians leading the Dragons. This one's knocked back down to shortstop, and a quick pitch out. Going 6-3 on the put out, Noah.
Yeah, good hustle play by Narvaez. Get the speedy runner.
Now batting number 15, Trace Ledbetter.
And Pickens has been getting runners on. They've just been getting erased on the base pads. The one thing they don't want in this inning is a double play.
First one a bit high across the strike zone, so it's going to be ball one. Second one just a bit high. Just need to bring that little baby down and Harper Davenport with a 2-0 delivery. This one's across the plate and will make it 2-1.
Still working quickly, Davenport.
Dahlonega, Georgia is where we are. Do you know what that means in Cherokee? It's actually pronounced Dahlonega.
I do, but it just escaped me.
Yellow.
Like the describing of the color yellow.
That's right.
That's right.
And the reason that is the old story before the Cherokee removal. Young boy brought in a nugget of gold and started the gold rush here because this was pretty much a capital center for the Cherokee Nation at the time. Just thought I'd tell you that. That's my anecdote. Strikeout, Trace Ledbetter got swinging, and that's out number 2. And so far, Noah, 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3. That's how the Dragons have been falling today.
Yeah,
no runs, a couple of hits.
Done a great job of getting these runners out, and also that defense behind him, the middle infield, like we said.
Only the second strikeout for Ledbetter, or I'm sorry, not Ledbetter, but for Harper Davenport. It's Trey Payne, the right fielder. His first at bat, he got a piece of it, but was thrown out at first, a 4-3 put out. This one will be tipped foul. So this one, the 1-1, right down the base path, picked up by the pitcher, and right in time, as it'll be a 1-3 put out for the Dragons, as we have no hits, no runs, no errors, no one left on base. And so after 3.5 innings complete, the Lumpkin County Indians still leading it 4-0 when we come back from the break. Hayden Gilbert, third baseman, first baseman Dakota Bennett, and we'll also see Mason Hester come to the plate for the Lumpkin County Indians here on Team FYN Sports. Hayden Gilbert for the Lumpkin County Indians was left at the plate. He didn't get to finish his bat, so he'll come back in, the lefty batter, facing the right-handed pitching of Connor Schaus. And by the way, Noah, first at bat, Hayden Gilbert, he was one of the victims of all those lots of pitches, but eventually struck out in the top or the bottom half of the first inning of play. This one's heat across the plate, Noah.
Yeah, and he also got to see maybe 3 or 4, 5 pitches on that last at bat, but now he gets a clean count. Get to see some more here.
This one again, the 0-1 turns into 0-2.
We've really seen since that first inning, Schaus is going at the hitters, throwing strikes very well.
Tip foul back. It'll remain 0-2. We'll also see Dakota Bennett, and Mason Hester come to the plate in this bottom half of the fourth inning of play. So far today, 4 runs off 5 hits and 1 Indian error in this ball game for Lumpkin County. Dragons, no runs, 2 hits and an error. But today, the defense, I have to give kudos to the Indians for their defense. They've held down. Obviously, the Dragons have no runs, but good batting here for the Indians as well.
Yeah, they've this Pickens team is obviously very dangerous. I mean, they've scored 187 runs on teams they played this year. That is by far the most in Region 7 AAA. And they've only allowed 51, which is the least, so this is an anomaly type game for them.
Had to lean in. He was swinging at some trash. But out of AAA ball, Pickens number 2 and Lumpkin County's number 10.
Mm-hmm. That's
So if we're in the Hunger Games, the odds are forever in the favor of Lumpkin County today.
Yeah, so far, if Lumpkin was the underdogs, they certainly didn't know it.
Because that's what I kind of heard talk about. You know, the Strauss has the 90-plus mile-an-hour pitch, which I can see the benefit of that because it's difficult to hit, but you got to have good control on your catcher, Cam Jenkins, who's back here. He's done a pretty good job. And also, you've got to have good control. And early on, I think that allowed some of the runs and a few errors, or not errors, but things to allow the runners to advance.
Yeah, absolutely. And you also got to think, this kid's throwing pretty hard. So if Indians bat hits it, that exit velocity is going to be a lot harder as well.
Speed doesn't always kill, I guess, in baseball. Now it does in football. This one in the dirt. Goes 2-2 off the repeated 1-2 delivery.
Another long at bat here.
How far away are these two teams? How far is it to drive from here to Pickens County?
A little over an hour.
Yeah.
But living up here, living in the mountains, if you go to Gilmer, Pickens, Fanning, wherever you go, it's a beautiful drive.
It's a pig path,
that's
what we say in the South. It's not a straight arrow. It's not. Georgia Department of Transportation and engineers didn't exactly engineer straight-on roads in this part of the state.
No, they did not. A lot of curvy mountains around these parts.
Strikeout here. So 1 away, and Dakota Bennett
another football player as well, Dakota Bennett. Big guy, played defensive line.
7 of the last at-bats, Schaus has struck out with the exception here. This was going to be a 6-3 put out for the second out.
Yeah, it was soft contact. The shortstop had to run and grab it and just got him by half a step.
Mason Hester, the designated hitter, he was put out at third base trying to steal. This guy's got some speed, but as we mentioned, he just hesitated going from second to third in that in the bottom half of the second inning of play. But he got a nice first base hit. Here's first delivery from him, and it's going to hit him. First hit by the pitcher.
I know that hurt more than he's letting on.
Yeah, there'll be a little. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little egg on his right leg. Tyler Boggs, the catcher, he was walked his last at bat.
And Hester's off the pass ball and the pickoff.
So Hester's down to second. I was taking just a note to see here just a few seconds ago.
I don't think Hester was expecting him to run that quick. He's like, man, just let me chill for a second after my leg got hit.
Today, on-base percentage just right at 50% for Lumpkin County, regardless of whether it's a hit or you got hit by the pitcher or you took a walk. 0-1 delivery in the dirt. Goes 1-1. 4-0 is our score. Lumpkin County leading the Pickens County Dragons. On the mound, Connor Schaus and his 1-1 delivery. Coming in to Tyler Boggs, the catcher for Lumpkin County. 2-1 the count. Two outs, and Mason Hester's running on anything.
He's got a good lead. See what his secondary looks like.
A hit leg, but he's got speed. Across the plate, evens up the count 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Lumpkin County 4, Pickens County Dragons 0. They 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Indians. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Pickens County Dragons. Here's the 2-2 and a run down from second to third. Going to be standing up, but does not matter because Tyler Boggs will strike out with a third and final out. There were no hits, no runs, no errors. There was 1 person left on base. And after 4 complete innings of play, the Lumpkin County Indians leading 4-0 over the Pickens County Dragons. When we come back after the break, we will see designated hitter Harlan Will, Dawson Holland, and Cam Jenkins, the catcher for the Pickens County Dragons, when we come back after this break here on Team FYN Sports.
The only thing bigger than our Silverado inventory is the discount of up to $5,000 off brand new 2023s at Days Chevrolet Jasper. Up to $5,000 off on Silverado 1500s, the Chevy truck you want, the savings you can't resist. Up to $5,000 off Silverado 1500s at Days Chevrolet Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Find new roads.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
Steve Ferenzi here at Kirk Ford, and we're loaded with new trucks. We have the largest inventory, best selection of models, and the best financing. Take that short drive up 575 to the Jasper Truck and Bronco Super Center. Kirk Ford. Back to Dahlonega, Georgia. Brandon Stevens, along with Noah Johnson, and glad to have you checking things out here. We're in the top of the 5th inning of play. It's the Lumpkin County Indians hosting Pickens County Dragons, and at the plate, it's the Pickens County Dragon designated hitter
Harlan Will, Dawson Holland is on deck, and Cam Jenkins, the catcher, in the hole for the starting out this portion of the inning. And by the way, we're mentioning on-base percentage, Noah, 25% OBP for the Dragons in this game. So of the at-bats that they've had, 25% or 4 of 12 today getting on base. But it hasn't resulted in any runs so far.
Yeah, excellent defense behind Davenport. I don't think we've seen a runner get past second base yet in this game for Pickens County.
2-2 the count on Harlan Will. We're in the top half of the 5th inning of play. We're through 4 complete. This one cranked back over to third baseman. Picked up and gunned down. Oh, right in time. Beautiful pitch, Noah. Looking at that, and that looked like that was, well, I was going to say stepping out of place at third base, Hayden Gilbert, but I was almost looking like Alejandro was the one that picked that up in behind him. But no, third baseman.
Yeah, that was a great play and then a great snag at first base. Dakota Bennett had to grow a couple inches to snag that one.
When he reached, he stretched out there and got it. Dawson Holland is at the plate for the Dragons. Cam Jenkins, the catcher. On deck, this one cranked back and going to be fielded up. And
imagine that being an infield single. See how they score it.
Let's see if they give error or if they give that hit.
Now batting number 13, Cam Jenkins.
Still a great play by Narvaez, even though he didn't get the out. He kept the ball in the infield. As that ball is moving slow, runner might have been able to get a second on that.
So I think they counted that a hit. Cam Jenkins, the catcher. It's his second time at the plate. Strike from Davenport. He actually got a piece of the ball. He was able to crank it out, but was thrown out at first. So one on, Dawson Holland at first. There's one out, and here's the 0-1 delivery. Make it 0-2.
You can see right now, Davenport's not even checking. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah. The game's kind of speeding up a bit. And what I mean by that is that the delivery's coming in, and it seems like the plays are speeding up just a little bit. And so it's a good way to slow things down. You've got to check the runner because otherwise they'll get away from you. Little high. Evened up the count, 2-2. Getting here in the top of the 5th inning of play. Lumpkin County Indians with a nice lead, 4-0 over the Pickens County Dragons. Here's the 2-2. Crunch down what I like to call the left baseline. Third baseline.
One and the same.
Right. So now we'll repeat the 2-2, and this one knocked back down. It'll be foul ball. Count remains 2-2, and Jenkins.
Guy had a little hobbler out there, but stayed to the left. That would have been a tough play for Hayden Gilbert, had it stay fair.
Davenport on the day, 2 strikes, or 2 strikeouts.
Yeah, he's pitching to contact, but again, that's been soft contact and then solid defense behind him.
That's the big key here, because actually Pickens County is getting a hit. They've flown out to center field, been thrown out at first I don't know how many times, over a dozen. Cam Jenkins, credited with a K here, the second out, and the 3rd strikeout for Davenport.
Now batting for the Dragons.
Number 9, A.J. Rice, the shortstop for Pickens County, is at the plate. His first at bat, he actually got on a first base hit. But then he was thrown out at second, trying to steal.
think it's really important here for Pickens to at least put one run on the board as we're getting into the 5th inning. In these games, they only play till 7, so there's not too much time.
Oh, so at 7 o'clock?
No, 7 innings.
Okay, so I was going to say it's past 7 o'clock. we're in overtime. Here's the 1-1. This one popped foul back down over past the first baseline. Count goes 1-2. Shortstop A.J. Rice at the plate. Another foul. Again, remind you the runner at first base is Dawson Holland, the left fielder, number 6. Our score at the top half of the 5th inning of play with 2 outs. We're through 4 2/3 innings on the Dragons. Lumpkin County leading 4-0. 4 runs off 5 hits and an error for the Indians. Pickens County, no runs, 2 hits and an error on the day. Looking for that first score. Davenport with a 1-2 delivery in the dirt makes it 2-2, evens the count.
Great block right there by Boggs. Makes it a lot easier when you're a pitcher, when you know the guy behind the plate is going to catch anything and everything you throw at him.
I've noticed that's a good chemistry between those two.
Absolutely.
Just high and inside.
Runner will be off in this next pitch, full count with 2 out.
And the pitchers today about to get a little bit of relief from the sun. The orientation of this baseball field is east to west from the outfield to the infield, and strike 3. A.J. Rice is sent back to the dugout. And with that, at the end of 4.5 innings of play complete, there was 1 hit, no runs, no Lumpkin County errors. There was 1 man left on base for Pickens County Dragons. When we come back in just a few moments, back to the top of the order for the Lumpkin County Indians in the bottom half of the 5th inning of play. Harper Davenport, Alejandro Norvez, and we'll see Cooper Scott come back to the plate in just a few moments as the Lumpkin County Indians lead 4-0 over the Pickens County Dragons on Team FYN Sports. Here in the bottom half of the 5th inning of play, the Pickens County Dragons will choose to put a new pitcher on the mound. T. Knight is new on the mound. And Noah, you know anything about Dr. Knight?
I'm not. But let's just say, Schaus had a great outing besides that first inning. We'll see what Mr. Knight can do here. You want to hold the runs at 4. Get your offense back out there.
Well, again, today, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strikeouts. Not too bad for Schaus on the day. although the on-base percentage was a bit higher at like about 48%, 50% for Lumpkin County up until this point. The 0-1 delivery across the plate, and the first two pitches ain't too bad.
No, and yeah, you can see Davenport kind of bent at his knees. Wasn't so sure about that one.
This is Harper Davenport. First at bat, he had a second base hit, strikeout, and then strikeout number 2 for Harper Davenport. So he's 1 for 3 on the day. Alejandro Narvaez, the shortstop, number 6. His first at bat, he had a third base hit, stand up almost, and struck out in the bottom of the third. Here in the bottom of the fifth, he shows back up. He's takes a breath, and he's ready to go. 1 out for Lumpkin County's Indians. They lead 4-0. This one cranked into left field and is going to swing out and will be foul ball just out at the post. Nice hit, like that one.
Yeah, he got all of that one. Just couldn't stay inside the sticks. Also see T. Knight's working a little bit quickly. Maybe that's why Narvaez stepped out. He's just trying to throw his timing off a little bit.
Narvaez so far this year, his batting is pretty doggone good, about 380, 382, and 12 RBIs, 21 stolen bases. This one is just popped into the infield, and F3 if you're scoring at home, the second out. Well, actually, I'd have to back up and say 13 RBIs because he got an RBI in the in the top of the first, or the bottom of the first.
Yeah, and Narvaez can do it all. We might get to see him pitch tonight. He can also pitch really well.
Cooper Scott, who normally we'd see him in the fall wearing the quarterback uniform. He's today first base hit, his first at bat, and got a stolen base, struck out in the bottom of the third. So 1 for 2 at the plate. Knight on the mound with the 0-1 delivery, cranked it right back down over to second base, popped off his arm. Let's see if they can get there in time, and goodness gracious knows there's going to be an error somewhere. He circles back, looping back to stay. Almost a little comedy of errors that come up here. There is going to be an error placed on this one.
Yeah, I thought the second baseman, number 4, Evan Giddens, he made a nice adjustment after he bobbled that ball, but then the first baseman just wasn't able to get his mitt on it, threw it a little outside.
Cooper Scott then having to make a decision to say, do you going to round first and go on down to second, and then realizing, well, I don't have enough rope to get me there. So tried to pull himself back in and about didn't make it. Peyton Wood, the left fielder, number 11, he was thrown out at first, got on by an error, but did score in the bottom of the third. So he's 0 for 2 from the plate, the delivery in the dirt from Knight. So Cooper Scott, senior this year?
Senior.
Okay.
Senior. Played football, basketball, and baseball. A very talented young man.
Tough to do.
Tough to do, and tough to do all three well, which he does.
Well, what is it? Usually, the kind of the trend in sports. If you're a football player, you will play baseball. That's just to kind of keep you in good condition. But also, those two sports kind of complement one another on the conditioning that they go through. Let's see. Safe at the plate is Cooper Scott.
And you can
Steal
see
second.
You can see Schaus now playing shortstop. He was walking off the field. He thought he got him.
So we'll see who comes up in the next, the way the batting order goes, because Knight was not in the batting order for Pickens. Pickens County. Peyton Wood is on the plate and has nice little count, 3-0 the count. So by probabilities or statistics, this one should be a strike.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the Pickens batting order is like. Folks, if you're not familiar, the designated hitter in this league does not just cover the pitcher. They can be replaced in a defensive spot, doesn't matter where it is.
Oh, yeah?
So your designated hitter could be hitting for the second baseman.
See, I told you, strike. 3-1 the count, 2 outs. One man on is Cooper Scott out at second base. Gets a healthy leadoff. And the 3-1 delivery is cross. Yeah, that's going to be a walk.
Yeah, that was close. Everybody was looking around to see what happened, but yeah, just a bit outside.
Aiden Rogers comes to the plate. So far, he is 1 and 2 for the day. Struck out in the bottom half of the first. Got a first base hit, but then was thrown out at second.
Good opportunity here. One of your great hitters up. Add some insurance.
Showing bunt, but that one was right across the plate.
Yeah, again, I think we've seen Rogers do that before in this game. I think he's just trying to get in the catcher's vision, trying to see if he can get a pass ball, move his runners up.
So now 2 runners on, as we mentioned, Cooper Scott at second, Peyton Wood at first. 4-0, the Indians leading the Dragons here in the bottom half of the fifth. This one's cranked out into shallow center field, going to get under it, and that is out number 3 as the Dragons get out underneath it with Colby Brooks. So with the fifth inning of play coming to an end, there were no hits, no runs. There was 1 error, and there were 2 men left on base. We'll go to the top half of the 6th inning of play. We'll see how the batting order goes out, but the way the batting order is set, Evan Giddens, Colby Brooks, and maybe T. Knight come to the plate for the Pickens County Dragons when we come back in a moment. But after 5 complete innings, it's Lumpkin County Indians 4 and the Pickens County Dragons 0. Back in a moment on Team FYN Sports. Back to Dahlonega, Georgia. Brandon Stevens with Noah Johnson, and we're glad to be bringing you today's baseball action. It's a good one. It's the battle between the Titans of the 3A baseball. Number 2 ranked Pickens County Dragons and number 10th ranked Lumpkin County Indians. This one cranked back as at the plate was Evan Giddens, and Giddens will get on a first base hit.
Yeah,
not too bad.
Davenport's glove got a piece of it, slowed that down. Rogers tried to make a bare hand play, but no cigar. Let's see how they score that. That was going to be a tough play.
I was saying hit doesn't show up as an error, at least on the scoreboard. Colby Brooks, the center fielder who made that last play in the outfield for Lumpkin County's going to the end of the fifth. He will crank this one into, just into the infield. It's going to be F4 for that first out. And did they get back to turn the double play?
They did. That is the fourth double play that Lumpkin has turned in this game. Runner was just leaning. I guess he thought it was going to loop into right field, shallow right field, but Rogers was able to jump up and snag that.
So no change in the batting order. Instead of the pitcher, Connor Schaus, shortstop Connor Schaus. Strike across the plate. Harper Davenport, who's gone the distance today, and this is his gone through 5 2/3 innings so far. 2 outs for Pickens County, and the count even at 1-1.
Be interesting to see what head coach Zademan does. If he keeps pitching like this, you might throw him out there in the 7th for the complete game.
Oh, this one cranked into shallow outfield, and Schaus will get on a first base hit.
I think we'd call that a bloop single, but hey, a single is a single.
Now batting number 15, Trace Ledbetter.
Trace Ledbetter, first baseman. First base hit in the top of the first, struck out in the top of the fourth. 1 for 2 for hits on the day. Here's his first delivery.
Guess that was a little bit outside. Looks good to me.
A 1-0 delivery. Oh. That one looked right. That one looked right there in the zone. Counted a ball, so it's 2-0. Bit of a lead off for Connor Schaus. This one a bit low, and we'll see it go 3-0.
That's a good eye there from Ledbetter, especially when you got a guy out there who's been pretty well throwing strikes to recognize that, lay off of it.
Dakota Bennett makes a little visit to the mound. Whisper a word of inspiration and come back to first. Flip it back over to first.
Keep him honest.
Two out, and the 3-0 delivery right across the plate, 3-1.
Yeah, it looked like Ledbetter was taking the whole way.
Once again, 2 outs. Score: the Lumpkin County Indians 4, Pickens County Dragons, who are at the plate. No runs today. And the delivery across the plate makes it full count.
Runner will be in motion here. See if we get a good secondary lead.
Unless something changes, we have one more inning of baseball that has to be played underneath it. So we'll see the left fielder Peyton Wood pull this one in. So F7 makes the third out. There was 1 hit, no runs. There was no errors and 1 man left on base for the Dragons. We'll go to the bottom half of the 6th inning of play, where we should see Hayden Gilbert, Dakota Bennett, and designated hitter Mason Hester come to the plate for the Lumpkin County Indians. After 5.5 innings of play complete, it is the Lumpkin County Indians 4, Pickens County Dragons 0 here on Team FYN Sports. New pitcher for the Pickens County Dragons, Cason Cannon, number 5, is on the mound. But now we'll see at the plate, number 10, third baseman Hayden Gilbert. Struck out twice today, struck out in the bottom half of the first inning and the bottom of the fourth. Dakota Bennett will be standing over at on deck, and we should see Mason Hester in the hole. No high and outside for Cason Cannon. Know anything about Uncle Cason?
Nothing to know. Looks like he's got a nice arm, though, as we saw in that first pitch. Just got to find the strike zone here.
Right-handy to a left-handy. One the count. So far today, again, 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Lumpkin County Indians. And for the Pickens County Dragons, no runs, 2 hits, and 2 errors. Sun beginning to go down, but still it's in the pitcher's eyes. And this one into shallow center field. Hayden Gilbert will make it easily on to first.
And I'll tell you what makes this Lumpkin team impressive is I was just going over their roster again. They only have 2 seniors on their team.
I noticed it's a very young team, a lot of sophomores and juniors.
Yeah, the only seniors being Cooper Scott and Landon Green. But a lot of juniors on here and sophomores. They're making the future look bright for Lumpkin County baseball.
I was going to say these are going to be money players, and meaning that they'll do well, like you say, in the next couple of years.
Got a piece of that one.
So let's see. Last year, not too good of a record. 10-20. Regional record 4-17 for Lumpkin. Year before 6-8, and that was in the COVID era, shortened season. 14-14 in 2018 and 2019, and this is the first. This is the first season for Ryan Zaidman.
It is.
So not too bad to have this type of record going in. 18 wins on the season, 5 losses. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a good year for first-year head coaches here at Lumpkin between Zaidman and Heath Webb for the football program.
Foul ball. Goes over and hits right on top of the Lumpkin County dugout. By the way, for Pickens County, 22-3 on this season, but last year 19-13, 14-16. They've improved steadily. And then in the COVID year, 13-2.
And we were talking about Lumpkin only having 2 seniors. It's important to point out that Pickens only has 4 seniors. So these are both 2 relatively young teams. So besides, this 3-game series that we're seeing today, imagine we'll see some great matchups a couple of years to come between these 2 teams.
Hold on, we gotta pause for a second. Put in our hot dog order. It's getting to be hungry 30. 7:30 that is. So strikeout for Dakota Bennett, first baseman. That's his second strikeout of the day. First out for this half of the inning. Mason Hester on first base, hit in the bottom of the second, bottom of the fourth. Remember, he was hitting the leg by Schaus.
Yeah, he's probably still feeling that.
I guarantee it. And I'd be a little jittery every time I saw a pitch just like that come across. As the way things look. That was a little bit low and right down to one of those ankle biters. 1 out, but 1 on. Hayden Gilbert at first. Here's the 1-0. Cranked right back down between first and second. Can they make the play? Popped it right over. on a 4-3 put out. That is the second out. But, Noah, we're going to see an advanced runner, Hayden Gilbert, go to second. Catcher Tyler Boggs is coming up to plate. He's 0 for 2, but got on base on a walk in the second, struck out in the fourth.
Yeah, and a great play by Evan Giddens on that. Could only get the out at first, but, man, he stretched out, stopped that ball, and threw a bullet to first. Boggs is hoping to get an RBI here, make this a 5-0 game.
That would seal some things up because the sticks are just not here with Pickens today.
No, they haven't been able to find it. I mean, and give credit to Davenport, who's pitched a heck of a game. 2 hits, no runs. His defense has only committed the 1 error.
A little low and in the dirt. This one goes into the backdrop and trying to get this one thrown down. Yeah, they get it in time as Cam Jenkins will fire this one down on a 2-5 put out. That'll be the third. We'll leave Tyler Boggs at the plate. So again, there was 1 hit, there was no runs, there was no errors, no one left on base. We'll go to the top half of the 7th inning of play, and this could be it, depending on how the Pickens County Dragons will play it out. But when we come back, Trey Payne, we'll also see Harlan Will and Dawson Holland come to bat for the Pickens County Dragons. It is the Lumpkin County Indians 4, Pickens County 0, as we go to the top half of the 7th inning of play, coming up next on Team FYN Sports. Good day here in baseball, in AAA ball, Region 7. It's the Pickens County Dragons and the Lumpkin County Indians. Lumpkin County Indians leading the Dragons as we're here after 6 complete innings of play, top of the 7th. It's Lumpkin Indians 4, the Dragons 0. I'm Brandon Stevens, and Noah Johnson's along with us. Noah, for today, the characteristic of this baseball game has to be partly embodied in the pitcher of Davenport for Lumpkin County. Harper Davenport's done really good.
Yeah, he really has. Mentioned just allowed the 2 hits on no runs. Going for the complete game here. Have himself a day.
Just have to correct my English. He did really well. But anyhow, and then to the credit of Lumpkin County, they've had the bats. 6 hits, 4 runs. And they've really gotten themselves in. And I think actually they could probably have a few more runs. One, if we had seen a little more motion out of Mason Hester. He had a time or two. He kind of hesitated. He could have probably rounded and been in scoring position. Otherwise, this one was going in the line of the Indians. Going on a walk, Trey Payne gets on first while we're sitting here running our mouth. Little change up, number 24, who is?
Number 24, we've got Tyler Payne.
Tyler Payne at the plate. Trey Payne is on first.
Now batting for the Dragons, number 24.
So got knowing previous play on him. First one a strike across the plate. Davenport still continues to deliver, Noah.
Yeah, he is. After that walk, you just got to settle in here.
One on. Again, that's Trey Payne out at first. Or he's on first. 0-2 delivery. Crank back down over the shortstop. Alejandro will throw that one. And will they turn the double play? Yes, they will.
That has been Davenport's best friend today. That is the 5th double play we've seen Pickens hit into today.
6 2/3 innings of play. Davenport is basically a couple of pitches away of putting this game into the books.
Yeah, one more out to get here.
Oh, high.
Tomorrow, Lumpkin will be traveling to Jasper to take on Pickens for Game 2. And then we'll be back here Friday evening to complete the series.
The 1-1, swing and a miss. Could be one more pitch. No one on, 2 out, top of the 7th, and 1-2 delivery, foul ball. So are you going over to Jasper tomorrow?
I think I am. I'm going to try to.
We'll look for your coverage. Gonna post a story and pretty pictures on Team F1 Sports.
Oh, yeah.
That one in the dirt. Count evens up 2-2.
And folks, if you were unable to catch the live stream or anyone you know is unable, it will be on fyntv.com. You can catch it there, and there will also be a subsequent article to come out. If you don't have time to watch the full game, you can just read the article.
2-2 delivery makes it full count. We'll see a little new life for the Dragons, or this ball game will end, and it's over. Cross the plate, and Dawson Holland is caught looking. And so with that, no hits, no runs, no errors, no one left on base. Through this complete ball game, the Lumpkin County Indians ended up 4 runs off 6 hits and an error. Dragons having no runs, 2 hits, and 2 errors in this game. By the way, Pickens County Dragons stranded 2 players, 4 players stranded for Lumpkin County Indians. But a few thoughts here, Noah?
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to both these teams. I mean, they played a hard-fought game. I thought the sportsmanship was outstanding. You saw a few instances where some players had a run-in. They were just very friendly with each other, but they're still competitors. And some great players in this game. You got to give a shout-out to Davenport, who pitched a complete game. It's not easy to do, folks, and he did that here. Pickens just really couldn't get it going. I think they're going to go home. It's going to be a long bus ride home, and they're going to try and get it figured out, try and go for a series tie on, I believe it was Wednesday or Thursday, excuse me. But, yeah, just a really hard-fought contest, and shout out to Lumpkin. You know, I don't think they were anybody's favorite to win this game, and the fans showed out support and got the 4-0 win.
Well, that's where the numbers come in. You know, you say, oh, look at how the rankings where they're set. Look at the prowess that these guys have, and the ability and the pitching. You know, a guy who can throw it over 90 miles an hour. The RBIs, the hitting. You've got kids from this Pickens County team that are going to college. But Lumpkin came out, played ball. On base percentage, getting on about 50% of the time of their at bats, and otherwise coming through, and as you said, there was some pretty good pitching coming out from Davenport. I have to say about Schaus now, when he started turning it on, the K's started adding up on the pages. Just didn't go the distance, but anyhow, good ball game today. 4-0. The Lumpkin County Indians win over the Pickens County Dragons. Again, as you mentioned, next game is going to be in Jasper tomorrow. Our next streaming will be right back here in Dahlonega coming up on Friday evening. We hope that you'll be here to support both of these teams, but otherwise you can catch our stream and catch Noah's coverage here on Team FYN Sports. But again, thanks to Jake and Cole West for keeping us on the air and doing our technical work in the back. All of our sponsors and Noah Johnson providing play analysis. I'm Brandon Stevens saying have a great evening, and we'll see you tomorrow at the ballpark in Jasper and Friday back here streaming on Team FYN Sports.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we have some good news and some great news. Good news is, Days has over 25 2023 Silverado 1500s in stock. Great news is, they're all discounted up to $5,000 off during our huge truck month sale. But you should probably hurry. With discounts up to $5,000 off, these Silverado 1500s won't last long. Find new roads to Days Chevrolet in Jasper and online at dayschevroletjasper.com.
At Circuit World, we offer a wide selection of major appliances, name brands like Whirlpool, LG, Frigidaire, and more. Looking for furniture? Come by and browse our showroom or check out the Endless Aisle, a touchscreen kiosk with thousands of options. Need electronics, gaming computers, laptops, desktops, tablets? We have it all. OLED or QLED, 4K or high def. We have the selection to get you the TV of your dreams. And don't forget, at Circuit World, your credit is always good. So ask about our convenient payment options and 120 days, same as cash. Come see us today at one of our 5 area locations.
Steve Ferenzi here at Schottenkirk Ford. We're loaded with new Broncos. We have the largest inventory, best selection of models, and the best financing. Just take that short drive up 575 to the Jasper Truck and Bronco Super Center. Schottenkirk Ford.
The only thing bigger than our Silverado inventory is the discount of up to $5,000 off brand new 2023s at Days Chevrolet Jasper. Up to $5,000 off on Silverado 1500s, the Chevy truck you want, the savings you can't resist. Up to $5,000 off Silverado 1500s at Days Chevrolet Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Find new roads.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
Steve Ferenzi here at Schottenkirk Ford, and we're loaded with new trucks. We have the largest inventory, best selection of models, and the best financing. Take that short drive up 575 to the Jasper Truck and Bronco Super Center. Schottenkirk Ford.